Hey there, guys. It's Metro. We don't need to do that, right? You guys can hear me. Hey there, guys. It's Metro, and we are back. Today, we're back on the PTR. Going to be here hopefully today and tomorrow. We're going to see. I have this idea in my head that there might not be enough keys being ran, but there's a good amount of people running around, so maybe. Don't know what else they'd be doing. Let's see. Are there keys listed? Because, I mean, there's 4 dungeons to test. Yeah, so we haven't done the Blinding Veil at all. But yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna start with that today. Blinding Veil, and we need a 12. Do we have that right? They go away after a while for some reason. 12. Open that thing up. Den of Nalaric. So we're not doing Den of Nalaric. We're doing Blinding Valley. Let's list the key and see what happens. Hopefully people will agree to combat. With only 2 groups listed, that's maybe a concern. We'll see. But yeah, this dungeon is definitely... This and Den of Nalarak are the ones I know the least, so... We'll see what happens. Yeah, maybe those add-ons. Like, because Plater wasn't working. Never downloaded add-ons. I blame the tank. What's up? Welcome. And Brian as well. Welcome. PTRX. I don't know what's what. That guy's named the right spec. Shadow Priest. None of these are Plater anyway. So it doesn't matter even if I do update them. I don't even know what this is. Retail 4. I don't like what. Hey Robert, what's up? Welcome. I'm doing good. How about you? How's everybody's 4th, if applicable? If holiday, if not holiday, then I don't know. How was it anyway, I guess, but 4th of July came and gone. Unfortunately, not the best weather. The weekend before, I had a great weekend. Eve as well with the hand. Welcome. Nice. Splash art. Good. Just got home from work. I work overnights at UPS. Oh, yeah. Nice. Well, hopefully that's not a terrible job. Sounds like it would be tough.
All dust is limited, so we must call the areas where the light bloom is most active.
God, I haven't been in this zone in a long time. I spend 0 time here.
A large attack only causes the light bloom to spread. A few striking the most dangerous. That is best.
Not too bad. Well, we just need a... Smoker Face, what's up? Welcome. Ugh. That's what I was looking for. We got lots of flooding on Saturday night, I think it was, yeah. Luckily not where I immediately live, but very close. But I think everything's gonna be alright in the area. Just not great. Not what you want. Does Blood Death Knight have high or low APM? I don't really think the game works that way. You're limited by the global cooldown, you know what I mean? So basically, like, the only difference is what specs have a lot of off global cooldowns. Or whatever. Spells in general. Blood does not have many off global spells, so I guess that makes it low. But I think if you look at like a percentage of variance, it's all very close. The thing that I will say that Blood does have is it presses different spells frequently. It doesn't press the same spell over and over again. Well, unless you play Sandland, I guess. That's the best thing about Blood, is that you have like 4 or 5 different spells that you press all differently. Whereas a tank like Prot Pally or Prot Warrior, you press the same button over and over again. Oh, I guess Druid too. The Bitter Truth. Yeah, I never watched that. Or is it? Yeah, it's a video. 3 parts. Guess I should check it out because it seems really relevant to the lore. And I'm a big lore guy now. Only 2 specs in the game have a higher than usual APM, Outlaw, and I forgot the other. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's basically just ones that have no global cooldowns. Prot Warrior is killing my hand. Yeah, definitely. Prot Warrior and Paladin are bad ones. I don't play other specs much, but from what I could say, I have that same issue with tanks like that, and I don't have that issue at all with Blood. The big one is like, I mean, you basically have like 4 spells that you're constantly using at different times, and that's enough to keep my, I think that's just all I needed, so. I could also see like, what I used to do when I played Prot Pally a lot was I would put like Judgment on multiple buttons, and then I would just press them differently, even though they're the same spell, which was not great for muscle memory, but it was better. Outside of that, it's not really a lot of options. SBA. Oh, single button. This is prop pally. That makes it even worse, yeah. But somebody said that, old. Yeah. Allows the players to press and hold a keyboard hotkey to continually cast a spell on an action bar without having to repeatedly press the button. This only supports keyboard hotkeys. Clicking a spell with the mouse will still cast the spell a single time. So that's quite interesting. I don't know if there's a way to make a macro, because I don't want that for every single spell, but that's pretty interesting. If I played it all that had that issue, I would try that. Hi, can I ask why you like the solo queue experience? I have a whole channel. Like, I mean, have you watched the videos on this channel? If you haven't, then check them out. If you have, then I don't know how you could ask that. Blinding Veil, this is the one I need to learn the most. Oh, yeah, sorry. I already got DPS in here, but next key will get you in, and I'll be doing this one for probably, you know, we'll do this a couple times today at least. Even holding one button is less comfortable than playing normal, I guess. Well, I think I would just put, like, maybe you would just try to, like, jam something in one of the, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how you would solve it, but I don't think it would be worse. Have you tested a Cetralis? Not in yet. That'll be next week. Starting, I guess, Friday stream. Oh yeah, you're gonna stream too. Yo, bro, I watched, or I played through probably about 3/4 of chapter 5 of Life is Strange. Like, what the actual fuck did that game turn into? It's the strangest. Like, it went so weird. I turned into like a horror game. I felt like I had to stop for the night. I was playing it late at night and I couldn't sleep. I honestly was like, oh, it's like a horror game now. Stromy, what's up? Welcome. Yeah, I don't even know. Like, I didn't finish it, so I don't actually know what the ending is. But like, it basically turns into a horror game. And honestly, it kind of fucks the whole game up in my eyes, because like there's all these crazy decisions that you can make. Like, you can save. Like, I did not save Kate, and I rewatched your episode 4, and you actually had like an extra chapter because you saved Kate. You go visit her in the hospital, but I did not. So that just doesn't exist for me. So stuff like that really, really, really mattered. But then in chapter 5, it's almost like, yeah, nah, she's just gonna fuck everything up, so you'll never really, like, none of that shit mattered. You know, it's like, oh wait, what? It kind of ruined the whole game. And then it like turned into like a horror game, and it was kind of scary, to be honest, or freaky at least, very, very unsettling. I turned it off, like actually turned it off, like I'm done, when I was in this bathroom, and there's like writing all over the walls, like covered in writing, and I was like, all right, this is fucking creepy as shit. I'm done. But anyway, I have to ask you, did you know? I feel like you knew that the big twist with the teacher, because you were on him from day one. And I never understood why. It seemed way like I never would have guessed that. Never would have guessed that. In fact, I don't even think it like I think it's like not even very good writing, to be honest, because the guy's like totally normal and then he turns into like a literal psychopath, like absolute insanity. So I think that's like actually just like they didn't drop enough clues. So it makes me like you must have knew that already, right? That's crazy. How close are you to 1% cutoff? I have no idea. Dromi, what's up, brother? Thanks for the help this weekend, by the way, with the AC unit. I'm hoping to have some submissions for you soon. Gonna be pugging low keys as a fresh DPS. Holy shit. Well, you said that last time. Hopefully we'll make it this time. I'd love to see it. But yeah, I appreciate you thinking of the channel one way or the other. Alright, well, this key thing is all the way up here. It's pretty far away. I got Resilient 20 this weekend. Nice. I did not. I don't know. My cousin's like... We'll see. I wasn't like... I just texted him the info you sent me and he never replied. So, who knows? Who knows? Not everybody wants to fix their own problems, but he was complaining about how much money it was going to cost, so I was like, alright, well, let's see. So is there a direction that we should go? I guess you can go either direction, right? Something just felt wrong, the whole thing about him wanting to go... Yeah, that's not abnormal at all, though. They're 18-year-olds. I don't know. That didn't seem abnormal at all. That's what made me think you knew and you were just trying to play it off. Because it seemed like some of the things that were pretty normal, like maybe like slightly abnormal, you were kind of making a big deal about. I mean, it's all good if you knew. It's not a bad thing. I don't know, because like I thought that interaction with Victoria he handled perfectly though. Like especially when you know that he's actually plotting to murder her. Like he didn't even, there was not a single sign of it in that conversation. That's why I think like it actually was kind of like cheap, because I could paint you in a dark light or some shit in the very beginning, and that's the only time that I see any type of... And in fact, I actually looked, and there's like cut content that deals with him interacting with like the main character basically. And that is like way more obvious, but they cut it. So to me it seems like they actually knew that it was going to be obvious and they just don't want it to be obvious. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, Strummy. Hopefully maybe he'll let me know. I don't know if he just didn't want to deal with it over the weekend because of the holiday or what, but like yeah, I'm not sure. He's back to work now, so who knows. He's probably just going to end up paying somebody to have it done, but this mob I don't really understand. I guess we might want to skip this mob. Seems like it's dying very slow and we are having deaths. But then again, we have 2 damage dealers doing very bad damage. Or am I? The right side is more casters. Oh yeah. We definitely don't need all that. Vote to abandon. Hopefully not on the PTR. So this is just a shield. Can it be removed or you have to attack it? Take answers. I was watching someone test all the tanks in 18 last night. He tried Death Knight and fell over on the first pack. Oh, really? So all the people saying it's going to be meta, still not true, huh? Also, a lot of reports are coming in that, like, key, like in terms of like 18, is harder. People are struggling with it more when they didn't in the past. Or like didn't in the beta of the last season, I guess. I believe the quote in Yoda's latest video was, "Sorry, Blood, you got the bad dev." Yeah, I'm fine with the dev. Fine with the development, just not the tuning. I mean, PTR key is where there's like no danger. I could see why people, like, why there's no actual changes coming forward. Thinking it's gonna be another Dune Hunter meta season? Nice. As long as things aren't as imbalanced. This one might be my least favorite. Oh yeah. I don't really understand it. Like, it doesn't seem like there's gonna be a lot of easy combinations trash-wise. So we'll see. Yeah, it's very normal, like, in terms of like an adult, like a teacher. I mean, the teacher is vetted. Like, even I had to go through this when I started coaching. I had to go through, like, I think there was like 5 or 6 different background check levels that I had to go through. And like, you know, obviously like child abuse courses and, you know, be very aware of different things. So it's like, yeah, it's not just like some random guy who just walked off the street going on a trip alone with an 18-year-old. But the thing that, like, it's like, all right, well, one thing if it happens, but then in the game it happens anyway. Like, it's not like, you know what I mean? She goes with the principal instead. So it's like, well, it shows that, like, no matter what, they were going. So it didn't really matter who. Like, it was definitely better for the principal to go, I guess. But if that person was a normal person, it wouldn't have been an issue, I don't think. I mean, I think maybe the weird part is it's like a young girl, you know what I mean? But outside of that, like, very trash heavy. Forgot about that. Wasn't there something with fruit and apples in the dungeon? I'm not a big fruit fan. I don't know. It's the damn frog mob. I've seen white people downstairs, yeah. At least we get a portal to Herondor now. That's true. Good point. Has there ever been a season where all tanks just kind of stink? Yeah, season 1 of Dragonflight, or of Shadowlands. That was like the least powerful tanks ever were. I said Dragonflight too. That's funny. Okay, definitely don't understand this fight. I really have no idea what's going on in this fight. They're split health. Like, what are those green circles? Don't stand in it. What add-on are you using for the resource and health bar? Sensei's class resources or something? You have to soak. You do have to soak them? Now soak them. Why? And if we didn't, they'd explode or something? The boss jumps to wherever the person with the circle goes. That's like, you just need to move out of that. I was a little shocked she went along with the principal. When I was a kid, stuff like that didn't happen. Well, yeah, there's like nothing in a school where they would ever pay for one person to do something, I think. That's the more abnormal part of it. But like, our head coach just took, I think it was 16 to 17 to 18-year-olds on a trip alone. You know what I mean? Like, Obviously, there's more than one person. That's the only difference, but... Okay, so there's just a lot of area to know. It's a long fight, huh? Don't actually have a melee, but... Halfway through we're a kid, Jesus signed yearbook. Yikes, what the fuck? That's too far, bro. You don't need that. That's too far. And honestly, if anything, when he was young, things would probably be more relaxed than they are now, right? Like my dad was in high school, I'd imagine nobody gave a fuck about anything. My dad said the teachers used to smoke inside the classroom, like, so that's, yeah. Yeah, that was crazy. Why would you just go at cop like that? Okay, these mobs suck. I feel like we might want to go right just to avoid these mobs. I will say I knew going in that there was a murder mystery of some kind, so I was definitely looking for a murder. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I was just so surprised. Like, I didn't, like... I had a feeling it wasn't going to be as obvious as they were making it, but I never would have expected that. What I thought was going on was that the father, the Prescott father, was the person who was actually behind everything. Oh.
What are you thinking? We must clear the defenses first.
What the hell? I'm down here. That's strange. Anyway, yeah, I thought it was going to be the Prescott father. And, because that's, I didn't finish the game, but I don't know if they ever resolved that. But there's like some weird ass conversations with him and the kid. Because then, I really, at one point I was like, oh, they literally just ripped this right from True Detective. Because there's like a lot of thematical stuff that really felt like Season 1 True Detective. And at one point I was sure that it was going to be like a cousin of the Prescotts, you know, like they have in True Detective, where it's like, there's like the high level politicians and then their like secondary family are the ones that are causing the murders and shit to happen. That's what I thought that they were going for at first. So I don't know if that ever, I don't think that anything comes from that, but I wouldn't be surprised if like that was, if like Jefferson was a relation to them or something, maybe more. Because otherwise it makes like, I see no connection whatsoever. Especially because he's like famous. Like, I don't, how does like somebody famous get away with it? I don't know. I think you can AMS this route, yeah. Actually, I have 2 on me right now? What the hell? That's strange. Yeah, you can just AMS it. Oh, I see. There was 2 right on top of each other. That's fine. That didn't count as a death, and I didn't die. Yeah, just picked me back up. It was like, it was... I guess like they did that so people don't skip the top and jump down. So even though I failed the mechanic, I didn't get punished for it. Do we have to? Why do people keep dying to the roots? You don't have to break the roots, yeah? I mean, it looks like it can be dispelled as well. They're getting knocked back into it, that's fine. I got knocked over it. Once you're in it, you're fucked. Does an insane amount of damage. AMS best spell in the game. Yeah, definitely has so many interesting like things that just cancel other types of things. Folio quest this week is simply do a delve. Oh, nice. Does it the magic?
Only the strongest survive.
That would have made sense too. It felt like the game went out of its way to implicate Nathan. Yeah, that's what I was saying. And so they did that in True Detective. It's like the exact same, like, it's like the exact same formula for the plot. You think it's these like high-level politicians the whole time, and then it ends up being like some character that you never would have expected because he's only in like 2 scenes total, and he's actually related to the politicians. And then so that means that like the politicians are there, like they're complicit. You know what I mean? It's not actually like. It's not actually them doing it, but it's them being like, they know what's happening and they're not stopping anybody. What a scandalous World Cup. Why scandalous? USA fucking sucks. They played so shit last night, man. I can't believe I wanted to go play basketball, and I was like, nah, I gotta watch the USA. What a fucking terrible decision that was. That was sad to watch. We're gonna have multiple just free. Literally just like no defense at times. Boss music has some Final Fantasy music inspiration. Oh yeah. Oh, Belgian. Well, that was the right call. I don't know how the fuck. Yeah, you're gonna have trouble convincing me that anybody should be suspended 2 full games for what he did. Especially in an event that only happens once every 4 years. That's really, 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 really ridiculous. But didn't end up mattering whatsoever. I don't even think did he even have like he had like no impact on the game. I feel like. Yeah, Tiger's Lust would be great here. Oh shit, I got knocked back while I was doing it. Oh wait. I thought I just cleared it with blind. Did I? Anyone with an objective eye knows that wasn't red card worthy. Well, even if it was, I mean, I don't really give a fuck if it was or wasn't. There's no way that that should result in a second game ban. That's fucking absurd. Who came up with that rule? Dude, like, I keep bringing it up to people, like, go watch Wemby. He fucking literally charges up and elbows somebody in the throat in the playoffs and doesn't get a second game ban. That's how it should be handled, bro. He got ejected from one game and they lost that game because of it. Like, that was punishment. That good. We're good now. Like, you don't need a second game. This was nothing. This was like a normal soccer play that maybe was a bit too aggressive. All right, maybe a red card. Sounds good, but certainly not a suspension afterwards. Doesn't even make sense. Like, who the fuck came up with that? That's really crazy. Yeah, well, it's one thing, like I said, for it to be like a regular season type thing that happens just again in a few months. But this is not happening again for 4 years. Like, some of these people won't even be alive. Not the U.S. players, I'm sure. But, like, there's going to be some people who literally will not be any way to compete a second time. You know what I mean? So imagine if you get a bad fucking call like that, and then you miss the rest of the tournament because of it. Like, I'm really glad he got to play, even though he did nothing, because that's it. Like, we're done. Like, we're out. You know what I mean? So imagine if he didn't get to play. That's all anybody would be talking about for the next 3 years. The goalkeeper was terrible. But I really don't even think, like, I think the actual defense was worse. Oh, hey Raz, what's up? Glad to see ya. Yeah, we're on PTR now for the next few days, trying to get as much knowledge for Season 2 as possible. If you guys didn't see, her and Shadowrek did a really crazy key this weekend, or I don't know when that actually was, but last week sometime. And yeah, we made a review out of it.
I would not expose them to the light bloom long.
First collab review in a while. We outplayed them for a 15-minute stretch at the start of the second half. Right, and then the goalie mistake on top of that. I forgot that that was actually just a pure goalie mistake. Yeah, that's a good call. Okay, so we need to like we go this way first, right? Yeah. Yeah, it was last week. I don't know if you saw, but I think it was like last night. Somebody posted a comment that I ended up pinning. They said that this guy does this all the time, and that they used to be in a guild with them where he would like intentionally troll keys, and they would just sit in Discord and brag about it or something like that. That makes a lot of sense. So I told everybody, we're on the lookout. If anybody sees that guy, make sure you record no matter what. You know, I did say to him he can be a bit harsh, so don't worry. I do. Oh no, you don't. I mean, hey, trust me. I've been in that boat many times. Sometimes it just like, especially, you know, it's hard to swallow that insult. Like, to say that like you bought your key when you're working so fucking hard. I mean, the dude's literally like putting his life and soul into the game. You know what I mean? That's fucking hard to swallow, that insult. I would struggle with that if it was me. Not like he started it. Oh, hey, what's up, Kyle? Welcome. Oh, yeah, we have more of these guys now. A lion does not concern himself with the opinion of the sheep. Yeah. Yeah, he does. Nowadays, maybe in Westeros, but not here. Everybody's the sheep now. The sheep can all be the lion, I guess, is the better way to put it. Social media has leveled the playing field. That statement makes sense in a world where there's like haves and have-nots pretty substantially, you know? But in a world where everybody gets an opinion nowadays and people like demand that to be true, it's one thing for it to be like, you know, like in Westeros. You could say whatever the fuck you want, but who the fuck cares, you know? Tywin Lannister obviously doesn't listen to the commenters. But if you had Reddit, you know, then shit, yeah, he's gonna have to. Sheepmaster says, I controlled the sheep. Well, tell him to get in fucking line. Not sure if we have count or what here. This fight I remember being a huge problem. Speaking of Westeros, oh my god, bro, season 3 has been wild. It was, dude, the episode this weekend was like, I was so unnerved the whole episode. I just felt like uncomfortable. Like, the music was so tense. It was so tense. The episode was so tense. Definitely felt like a calm before the storm. Yeah, just kind of like unnerving. Like, you know, bad stuff's about to happen. And they are struggling. She did not have... She should have took a course or two on kingdom management, I think. Okay, this guy turns into a fucking weird ass bombkin. What's going on in this fight? We got big triangle mechanics shooting stuff out, yeah. They don't leave a residual puddle or nothing though. Oh, what about these? Did I get hit by that? That was like really fast. Light fire. It's not me, I can't go anywhere obviously. Or I guess I could because he's a caster. That's the Heron-eared Druid form, yep. You really don't have a lot of time. Now he's bear. This is meta. It's much easier if everyone stacks together for a tornado mechanic. Oh, kind of like in Not Good, where if you stack, they all just go right over you. Yeah, that's a good idea, but I don't think it really matters. They're easy. More optimal though. This like doesn't do anything, I guess, just damage. Heal through that, healer. You're good. Pulverizing strikes. Oh, I see. Just looks at one person. Maybe on higher keys, the tornado like doesn't do damage when it goes out. It probably is enough that you want to stack up. Okay, so what is this? Let fly. Oh, now it's like doing all the mechanics. Another good season to be dwarf. Oh yeah. Wow, it's like some good examples. Yeah, I don't think there's ever a bad season to have a defensive CD, but eat pie. Yeah, you could. I don't know. Stack up. The debuff on this boss. Oh, wow, that's. Don't expect the boss to be difficult, but maybe. Poison though, yeah, probably that's a good one. Oh, if you get hit by more than one, it's bad. Okay. That fight, not doing a lot. Speaking of the World Cup, I'm working across the parking lot from where they are today at the Giants training facility. Oh yeah.
I should have called for everyone.
Oh yeah, the frog. 23 million, holy shit. I think we go down. You probably want to skip this guy, I bet you could. That's one of the things I've noticed missing as a hunter, poison dispel. Oh yeah, any dispel at all, right? Don't like that tornado mechanic has a line. I do like that it has lines. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's nice. How did all these not? Top Feign Death removes it. Oh, for real? I actually built/fixed a ton of the big walk-in coolers at MetLife Stadium before the game started. So if you're drinking a cold beer at the game, it's because of me. Sweet. No, I don't drink beer, but I remember the last boss in here being like the only hard boss. Yeah, that was really, really tough. But it was mostly because people didn't know how to do the fight, I think. I remember people would come in the stream and say things, and then when we did it, I was like, well, this isn't happening at all. What are you guys doing? Then we realized why. What is this guy? The Polytoad doesn't recognize you as one of its own? Probably an achievement. Brain Death / Turbo removes poison and diseases. Oh, sweet. Bubbles Jr. is to the left. Uh-oh. That motherfucker, what's he doing? Where is that mob going? Be cool if IRL you could just pretend to be dead and then not be poisoned anymore. You'd have to have a talent for that. Yeah, that's the thing. You don't have it by default. See, the thing that a lot of people don't recognize, like, it doesn't feel like this anymore, but like you put your whole WoW life into getting these things. You know, that's the leveling process. The leveling process is meant to be arduous and takes forever. It's just, we just nerf the fuck out of it because everybody hates leveling. But like, if you think about where Classic was when it launched compared to where we are now, like, could you imagine if, like, you know, because the first 2 expansions only made leveling longer, basically. What is going on? Okay. But could you imagine after fucking 12 expansions how long leveling would be if they never changed the actual pace of it? It would take you, like, probably a month / plate or something like that. So that would very much be like you're living your whole life learning all these talents, you know? And then like the original way it was, like the talents were very hard to unlearn. Leveling is the only thing about Classic I like. Yeah, me too. Well, there's a couple things. Well, yeah, no, that's like the main thing. Just the world content. I think even at max level, the world content's really good still. I added that module that we talked about last week. I'm really excited for that. So I might get back into the private server stuff. Maybe I'll start the series I said I wanted to do. Oh, there's like tons of trash we needed to post. Oh, shit. Bro feels weird since I can't do much damage during it. Oh yeah, you gotta use it and then unuse it. Just like old bubble. Instance has skips written out. Yeah, definitely. There's lots of different routes. I wouldn't say necessarily skip as much, but definitely route issues. It's kind of like my Sarah's Cavern, I guess. Unuse it? Yeah, like cancel or it. It just removes the thing and then you're good. Blizzard could probably have the leveling speed for new players and then give a buff for any alt they might make after they have 1 max level characters. That's what they did, yeah. Alright, boss. Oh. So we have to like kill these. I don't remember what the issue was. And then you soak this. Gives a big damage buff. We have to hit these, right, with that, or no? Yeah, we didn't kill the other set, that's why. Obviously, DPS is better to soak the orb, but if they hit the boss, it's really bad, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it looks like it's doing damage. So, like, I have to tank him in a position where it can hit all of them. I didn't do that. This fight is gonna be one that gets out of control fast. Yep. Yeah, I'm the only res. It's like the hitbox on him collecting them is way too high. That's another big issue with the fight.
I simply wish you had lasted a little longer.
Deceptively simple, yep. We don't do mechanic, yeah. Did I see that right, that he gets a bubble if he's in those puddles? I'm not sure why that bubble was there, I don't know. Yeah, maybe. Plus plus, oh shit. He's a big fan of the channel, maybe. You got a bubble when he went into the puddle, gotcha. Alright, so that time we got them all broken. Let's see. The puddle did not give him a bubble now. Must be another mechanic doing that. I think we definitely can't have this shit where there's a puddle in the dead center of the room. Could be from the orb hitting him? Oh, that's probably what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. If the orb hits him, he gets some shields. Well, it's like the ads have to die together. That was the biggest issue. Doesn't seem like they ever go away either. I don't think I was hitting all of the mobs. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know why that mob just went right to the mage, but... Having no melee really sucks, because now I'm somehow supposed to get all of those. Yeah, see, when it's under the boss, it wasn't going to hit all of them.
Persistent. We too must be.
Okay, well, that was interesting. Let's run it back. This time we're going right side. Yeah, let's go whenever you're ready. We'll get you in. For sure. There's a new story chapter out this week on live. Oh, for real, damn. What's the title for 1.5k? No idea. The site will be determined based on if your DPS know when to hold and use their CDs. It's about 45 seconds between each ad spawn. On higher keys, you will probably need some kind of DPS CD on each set. Yeah, maybe. I mean, that's why the orbs exist, I think. But maybe. I think the rate of... That looks cool. I think the rate of the amount of, like, you know, health they have is going to be way higher than the actual CDs, you know? So it's just going to become really hard, yeah.
Well, spit it out. Hurry back.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to do that story at some point. What I think is optimal is that one DPS takes as many as possible each set and censors CDs. That may be how, like, the super optimized groups do, but it does a lot of damage too, I'm pretty sure. I don't think you can have that happen. Do the orbs deal damage? Yeah, no, they put a dot on you. There's like a damage component to having the buff. Who's that? Is this like not listed in Mythic Plus? Yeah, it wasn't listed as Mythic Plus for some reason. The hell? Alright, that guy's invited. I'll be listening too, but stream keeps jittering. Oh, no, you don't. Yeah, you can shut the stream off. It's fine. Level my Death Knight this weekend. I promised Jazz that if Hunter wasn't a top 5 spec by the 0.5 patch next season, I'd play Death Knight. Oh, for real? That's funny. You think Death Knight's still going to be the best one? I don't know why this keeps happening. Never in the right instance. This happened last week, too. Historically, yes, gotcha. Is it that you would say it's like way better than Hunter right now, or what? What's the highest key you've done on the PTR? We're just doing 12s. That's it. They're immortal. Oh, that's the biggest thing. Yeah, okay. That's neat. Yoda broke it down well when he said that the healer basically only has to heal 2 other DPS with the Death Knight and a key. Nice. AMS is so dumb. It's crazy DPS AMS hasn't been nerfed. Oh yeah, I don't think you could nerf it without ruining it though, right? You got 33 more flasks to drink? Why 33? I only need... Is that going to extend the duration of it?
All Dust is limited.
It's just like, I think it's too much of a staple for not to block magic. Like, they would have to remove the spell outright, I think.
A large attack only causes the light bloom to spread. A few striking the most dangerous. That is best.
At least the first pull is like generally lustable. Without any stupid shit. The shield on AMS is superfluous anyway. That's what I mean, yeah. So if that's the strong part, then there's no way really to nerf that. It's either there or it's not. It works on stuff other immunes don't. Wait, really? Like what? My add-ons are going nuts. Oh yeah, no worries. Second boss, MT bleed. Oh, from the orbs? Bleed? What bleed? Where's the second boss? The second boss is the blood elf guy? The fact that it won't get applied to you, is that what you mean? Okay, so we did not. I don't even know what this mob does. Let's see if this side's easier or harder. Looks like we can avoid a lot of interesting stuff. Oh, what? So, like, what? You can't, like, pre-bubble that and that goes away as well? Only AMS works there? That's surprising. I don't think there can't be any other examples because I don't remember that historically being a thing much. Can't cloak it. Oh, really? That's another magic immunity though. What's that about? It's like the second boss of Priory, the soak. Yeah. I don't remember any of this shit, I guess. But yeah, I guess if that's happening, then that's definitely not, that's abnormal for sure, so. They should change that, I agree. The healer might be Thanner from Method, oh yeah. Okay, so there's even like routes within that route over here too. That way we don't need to go that way, but this allows us to skip that Belcher, I guess. MT glaive mechanic can be dodged by going invisible before the boss tosses the glaive that applies the circle. It disjoints the projectile. Oh yeah. That's bizarre. Alright, that's probably a wipe, I imagine. No idea how that accurate. Hunters can also feign death it. Takes a bit of good timing, but it's possible. Interesting. That is false, so yeah. Are you aiming for the title? No. We're probably done. We probably won't get any more score this season. We'll see what happens next few weeks, but I expect the next time I play retail, I will be well below 1%. Nowhere. Another one of these guys. Cop's game is basically exploding. Yeah, I don't know how. What happened over the weekend. It stopped his add-ons working, but I had that issue when we first started with Plater, and then we just fixed it, and now we're good. Unfortunately, Plater doesn't seem to work fully, but it's good enough. Oh yeah, there's World Cup already on? Shit. Who are they? Wait, who's Egypt playing who? Nah, I'm really into the World Cup. Oh, Argentina. Is this still the round of 16? Yeah, okay. Messi missed a pen too. Yikes. The biggest regret I have this weekend was not getting to watch the England game, because I heard it was one of the best ones of the tournament. But I chose to watch House of the Dragon instead, obviously. Okay, I think now we might want to, well, Lust is not going to be up a second time anyway. But we definitely don't, I don't think we want to wait on Lust. I think we should go and fight Trash while we wait for Lust. Oh, Egypt. Yeah. I think that works. Hey, Azalian, welcome. Yeah, that almost happened again. What is the knockback? The thing on the ground? Honestly, we could probably just trash the boss. Uproot. That's the knockback. Yeah, it's not gonna be enough time. Let's go get this pack too. Trying to pick between Ellie, Enhance, and Rat for 12.1. I don't know anything about any of them. Play the one you like the most, and you'll have the most fun with. I think this is going to be the MC of Season 2 route-wise. Yeah, I agree. If you like all your damage in 2 minutes, CDs, play Enhance. Oh yeah. Oh, maybe that's way too early there. Or late, really. Would have been better any other place. I'd say red is easier. It will be good. There's a chance Retro Shaman will be one of the most popular healers. That's true. It's a big part of it too. Probably might also be meta. Oh yeah. Never know, Holy Pally can make a big comeback this season. That's true. I guess if you're just looking at that, then you should pick Shaman because that only has one other spec that you have to compete with. Like unless you refuse to play Ellie or something, I guess. I can see why you would refuse to switch roles, so if that's the case, then Ellie, or then Enhance is the best option. Whereas Paladin has both tank and healer that could become meta. Really wonder if they're ever going to make preservation relevant again. Oh, they're great right now. I think people just don't like them. Can't feign death to fixate on this boss like Razan. Oh yeah, you were saying. It's also a dino, you'd think you'd be able to. Actually, I don't think that this is working out, just because there's a bunch of travel in between the two bosses now. Like, oh no, maybe you're going to be able to fly from this spot, actually. Alright, forget it. Basically, Prez needs to be overtuned in order to be taken. Oh yeah. There's a flight point at each boss. Alright, good. That's good. I love this music. Everbloom 2 Electric Boogaloo. Oh yeah. Anyone playing Frost Death Knight? Not me now. Frost probably does the highest DPS on the PTR so far. Oh, nice. There a reason to take that far away or no? Frost's gonna get nerfed, or yeah. Does that get rid of the thing now? That means nerfs galore, oh yeah.
They can take us below, but swiftly. I would not expose them to the light bloom long.
BM Hunter is also really, really good on the PTR. Nice. Yeah, that guy did well. I wonder if this mana is any better. No idea. Palooza, welcome. You said the name right. Oh yeah. Took me a minute to read that, but I got it. Here we want to just grab everything, but that one guy if we can.
I will block them in place. He will not escape me.
When are the revamped dungeons coming to PTR? This week, Thursday, I guess. Certainly not today. The first, the barricade has fallen? What does that mean? Someone know if you can skip the intro area when you create a Death Knight? In retail, no. But if you can make a like if you made an allied race Death Knight, they don't start there anymore. So it's much shorter. There's a module forward on Azeroth Core though, I know that much. Would have been the time to lust. We lost the lust here. Didn't realize you could switch your YouTube handle. Oh yeah, you can make it whatever you want. Yeah, that looks familiar. Yep, not good, yep. The allied race Death Knights have the Bolvar start, right? Yep. That's right, it's very, very short. Whereas the other races still have to go through the like 20-minute experience. Look at them stacked it up like a well-oiled machine, yep. Guess I'll do Dark Iron instead of OG Dwarf then, oh yeah. It doesn't take that long, but yeah, definitely not the most fun. I really hate I've grown to hate it. I've done it so many times over the years, I really have grown to hate it.
His faith in the goddess has become hatred. Is this what Lightbloom does?
Yeah, we'll go right side this time. Let's see if we can you skip the frog?
A precision attack.
Is there a way to skip it?
Everyone.
Wait, where is it? Oh, it's not. Oh, no, there it is. No, I guess you can't skip it. Because I certainly was not near enough for that. Metro has made it to fortune and fame now. Oh yeah. People are suggesting your reviews to key post now. Wait, what does that mean? That boss seems super simple. Yeah, it's got very little going on. There was a gentleman that posted his key disband and someone commented send it to you. Oh yeah. You mean what, like on the forums or something? I actually know what happens if you kill none of those, but doesn't matter now that the mob's dead. It's cool story-wise too. Like you game forces you do to atrocities for the Lich King. Yeah, it was great in Wrath, no doubt. I loved it, but it takes so long now compared to like other content. It was on YouTube. Oh yeah. Nice. Oh, that's like happening on purpose. That's a mechanic. The mobs are running to other mobs. Okay, this mob does not like moving. I'd love to use the physical space the DK starting zone has though for like a classic plus type thing, because that's basically what they did with Season of Discovery raid. I don't know exactly how far the raid went, but I think that area there is very interesting and very unique. It just doesn't have any content in it in Classic. And then it's there in Wrath, but then by that point it's like totally destroyed. Obviously. I think it would be cool to use it in Classic Plus because like, well I guess they already did, but regardless it would be cool to use it because then it kind of like makes sense why the Death Knight is so able to just like take over. Not like it would be hard for him, but still it makes more sense at least. Oh, I actually didn't upgrade this, huh? Keys are like hard to upgrade on the beta, man. 6 deaths is not a lot. I don't know how far over count we are though. Right next to this mob, probably not where we want to start. Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to happen. Alright, that was a bad choice. Weren't pulling big enough? Man, I don't know how you can pull any bigger than that. Mobs are really far away from each other, that's the issue. I think they get hit here as long as they're all stacked on top of the boss. Yep. Wrap it up. Just add, definitely, we don't want to go over there unless we have to. Wow, he resets really quick, huh? These ads are destroyed. I think it's better to move them slightly. Yeah, I should have moved it. I think one's not gonna get hit here. Yeah, one's not getting hit here. That's kind of dumb, to be honest. It should have like a circle underneath as well. If the mobs are directly underneath the hitbox, they shouldn't. That shouldn't happen. I guess Cop was AFK for like a good portion of the start too. That's probably why we didn't upgrade it. That seems kind of crazy to not upgrade at 12. Without, like, we did have deaths, but not a lot.
Is persistent. We too must be.
Damage all over the place, but yeah. Not sure. Alright. Well, that's good. I think we learned a good amount there. Oh, what's the key now? Murder Row. We'll go do that. Perfect. I got a dip for bit. Alright. Yeah, no worries. Nah, it doesn't matter. We don't have to upgrade it. I was just shocked that we didn't.
Hi there. Remember, everything has its use.
Hey, how you doing? Be careful out there.
Busier than usual in here. We need to act fast.
Try not to get 2 mages again. That didn't seem productive last time. Not the end of the world, but we'll get something else. There are plenty of people on here, so not worried about that at least. I guess we should have taken the other mage. Ugh. Oh, that's cool. I used to buy these all the time. New TP5s that are baseballs. That's cute. Although I don't know why, but that's cute. I used to like collect TP5s before I collected Pokemon cards, I guess. The guy put it like right underneath the enemy, so or the NPC, so he can't get it. That's funny. The hell is Dreamer's Passage? I really wish there was a way you can like click on the guy and see exactly where he is on the map. I have to Google it otherwise. Oh, Den of Nalarak. Okay, so this guy's not coming, obviously. Okay, here we go.
Busier than usual here. We need to act fast.
Yeah, another good first pull lust, I guess. Maybe not the biggest, but maybe we should have gone down there first and lusted that. Yeah, honestly, probably. This pack plus those mobs, I think, would have been the better list. That would actually help us a lot too. We should do that. Because this, oh, I don't know how she keeps getting aggro. But yeah, having less mobs as we run into that door is ideal, I think. Actual purgatory. Something difficult here. Oh, that's why. The shield bash. 40% extra damage? What the fuck? 2 stacks only. That's wild. Offline.
what it takes to defend yourself. Poking your nose where it doesn't belong. Come face me, sneak. Let's make an example of you.
Only an 80% damage reduction, but that's probably enough to mean that you don't want to prioritize any damage in the boss at this point. Not sure when that would switch. I feel like the boss is moving way more. Wonder when we'll start seeing next set of patch notes. Oh, is it usually this far in advance? Not sure. This is a lot of damage. Definitely would be nice to MS that.
Naughty little nibble.
Use the disguises and find the goods. The world still
Take a while to
needs
spawn.
defense.
Yeah, let's hope we get Broom. Oh, we did get Broom. Nice.
You're late.
Is that always the first person who gets there that gets Broom? Because I like the Broom.
Victory
What the fuck?
lies ahead.
Oh, I thought he was actually calling me fat. I was like, what the fuck? A bit overboard. Influential reviewer agrees. That was rude. Taking a while.
Perfection. Hey, you're getting excellent exposure from this. Who are you? Who gave you access?
Floppy there. Clean the
I have to do everything.
Some big damage numbers. Almost 1,000,000 there.
Not sneaky enough.
These mobs still very buggy and constantly trying to leave the room.
Not sneaky enough.
Oh, I didn't even see that back there. Shit.
Did I call break time? Get those crates down. Time to go.
Oh, it's on me. Okay, we got it done.
Did I call break time? Get those crates down. Not sneaky enough.
And this one seems so lenient compared to the other ones.
Stay put.
Did you really think it would be this simple?
Until people don't know how to do the Warlock mechanic and then we wipe 6 times. Past bag? What does that mean? Wait, did he even do the Curse of Doom? I didn't even see one go out. Oh, there it is. Did you get a chance to check the contribution percentage of D&D to your overall damage in the PTR compared to live? Yes, but they're removing the set bonus, so no point in looking at it now. Yeah, I made a video on it last week about it. So we're just gonna sit here and wait for the healer because they just sat there. Yeah, it's a strength buff now. Okay, Curse of Doom on Warlock. Do we just decurse it, hopefully? Nobody seems to do that on the PTR, so people just die. It doesn't seem to spawn a mob anymore, though. I don't know who this is. Somebody's messaging me on Discord. I can't tell who it is. I really don't like this weird thing that Discord does. The streamer mode where it like shortens some people's names but not others. I don't really understand that. I just had 3 DPS killed the big guy in Windrunner early and died to 10 stacks of the ghost debuff, and they abandoned it and kicked me. Oh yeah. Sorry to hear about that. What key level was that? Do you know how to handle the bot situation on Discord? No, I'm just gonna start actually like probably just joining them, to be honest. I'm sick of them doing it, but honestly it's so pointless that I might as well just support it. Like anybody who does it, you're just allowed to do it now. That was a 12, oh wow. So many people are posting that weird, it's just like an image, so like I don't even know like what the point of posting that is. So we'll just start supporting it. Next time somebody does that, I'll pin it. Does this pick a person or why is this in the middle of the room? See, that really, can't really move the boss there. Now the room's gonna get filled up with this shit. I guess it just doesn't matter though. A lot of these fights just don't have any teeth at all. The room getting filled up with this shit is totally irrelevant. It goes away. By the time we would get back over there, it's gone already. Tank would have to be basically AFK with this boss for it to be a problem. Pretty much wherever he is when the axe goes down, that's where he's gonna stay when he casts Demonic Rage. It's just so excessively lenient that it doesn't matter where he is though. Once one set comes out, the previous set recedes. This fight just is nothing. I don't know what the point of this fight even is. Strange one. 2-0 Egypt. Yikes. All the best teams are losing now, huh? First United States, then Argentina. That's crazy. Actually, first Mexico, then Canada. Or no, Canada first, then Mexico. Yeah, all the best teams are losing now. It's gonna be a bunch of random teams that nobody's even heard of by the end. Like, where the fuck is Egypt? For some reason, I believed we needed this pack of imps. I don't remember what it was. Oh yeah, we were gonna hug around the right. That's right. You need like all of this count. Okay, not ideal. I am getting a cold sweat while watching those arcane orbs fly down the platform. Yeah. This spec is going to be a pain in the ass again to get right till. Well, that ended up being enough count, but I'm not sure if it was like more than enough. Do we need the pat there?
As long as Silvermoon has
I'll have to run it. I think we're gonna run this one again next because I feel like
It ends here, Lithiel.
Wretch,
should try some new things here.
you would deprive the city of the power it craves. Then taste mine. Feel the effect.
Yeah, Gorfine's, or yeah, Gorfine's really nice for that.
Blame yourself.
A Chaos Bolt just one-shot the healer, alright. The in-game gate toy works on this one too? Yeah, I remember we talked about that when it was 0.
I'll consume you.
Wait, did I AMS way too early? Barely. Just barely got away with that.
Keep them busy. I'll consume you.
Oh, the goal was taken back. Yo, it's kind of crazy how often that happens. I think it's really notable in that sport because, like, I know there's like reviewing stuff in other sports, but if you think about the percentage of goals scored per game that are affected in some way by a review, I feel like it's astronomical. Like, it's got to be like 20-some% or something like that. Like, it happens all the fucking time. Between offsides calls or VAR or some other thing, like, it happens all the time. That guy did 140k less DPS than the mage. That's kind of wild. I think that mage was just nuts though. This one was real bad. The foul was literally 100 yards away. Ah, it's so crazy, dude. It's like really fucks the pace of the game. That's what I was saying the other day. Like, you know, I don't know what the equivalent is. Maybe like a fast break alley-oop dunk in terms of like how exciting somebody scoring in soccer is. But like, imagine if like 20% of the time somebody throws like a half-court alley-oop dunk, that it came back. It like was undone. Because like, I want to get excited, you know what I mean? I want to be like, yes! Fuck yes! Oh my god! Oh. And then it's like, so after that happens 1 or 2 times in a week, you're then sitting there like, did it count? Yeah, okay, it counted. I think, right? Did it? Yeah, no, that counted. Sweet, yay! Oh, they scored for real now, sweet. I can't believe Argentina sucks that bad. Alright, let's do that one more time. I want to do that key one more time. The cop just like, what happened to cop? Is he still there? He's just gone? Did he end his stream or what? Stuff like this is why there's cop. Stuff like this is why FIFA is considered the most corrupt sport organization in the world. I wouldn't say that. I mean, no, you're right. I would say that, but I wouldn't say that that's what we're talking about. Just a weird sport where there's a lot of penalties. The fact that Argentina is Egypt is sweeping Argentina. Any global body is gonna be corrupt as fuck because there's obviously tons and tons of international money in play. All right, I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick while we wait for people to sign up. But this is just the sport. I don't think there's corruption. It's just, I mean, that's just the sport. Nobody. I'm here. It's still streaming. Oh, good. Okay. I was just wondering because you weren't online. Did you figure out whatever the issue was? For some reason, stuff that worked last time was triggering a billion errors, and it took a while to get it all disabled. Nice. Yeah, that's all I did was just bug sack. It's Plater. Plater's not working, but it seems fine. Just having bug sack prevent the things from popping up in the middle of the screen, basically. Do you like the new dungeons? Any dungeons you dislike? I haven't done them enough to say much on them, to be honest. I do really like that newest dungeon that they just added, though. It's got a lot of interesting mechanics that are really representing the season well, I feel like. So if that's what they're going to do from now on, then I am satisfied. Yeah, I made a whole video on that that dungeon and its interesting situations from I think it was last Saturday. So if you want to check that out, you can. It's actually really cool. They have like a promo for the new golf balls. It's actually really cool. Morikawa he steps off, asks for time. Fleetwood gives him the signs. And he gets up and hits it. It could be a little bit more authentic, I feel like, but it's pretty good. Hits a home run. Bat flip. Watching it. Yeah, I like it. That's pretty good. I like those. I like those. Maybe I'll try to get one or two of the balls just to have them. I used to collect them all the time. Alright, anyway. Time to do Murder Rogan. This time we're going to try to dial in the route.
Yeah, what do you want? Have a good one.
Sure, but where's the Boston coach hiding in the tree, stealing the signs from their practice facility? That's the wrong sport. Wrong sport. That would be we'd be talking about the Astros. Where's the trash cans? Where's the trash cans?
My sight remains vigilant. Beware of threats unseen.
Was I ready? Oh, I see. Yeah.
My blades are yours. Remain on guard.
This was always my favorite part of the flasks. Alright. There's like 30 charges in there, but we got 20 people. So everybody in group 1 and 2 take 2 flasks. Groups 1 and 2 take 2 flasks. Used to say that all the time. My favorite one was the cart, the food buff from Miss Pandaria at the end. Because it was like, I don't remember exactly what the circumstances were, but it was a little bit more wacky. We would always make a joke about it. Messi denied. Oh, what? He applied for a loan or something? What happened? Still about 15 minutes. Oh, okay. They're still settling. Okay, so I think we grab all of this as the first pull. That'll be our first pull. How does blood feel in the PTR? Good, but these keys are not. Like, we're just doing 12s, you know?
Busier than usual here. We need to act fast.
Yeah, that's the pull. Definitely the bloodlust. You probably. Oh wait, I intended to get that pack and I just didn't. Shit. The hell? Game is just like hard lagging there. Oh, that's fine. I just realized I'm recording as well. Don't need to be recording on the PTR. This group is destroying this key so far. We didn't hit the snitches. Pushing keys on live is feeling demoralizing, yeah, but the whole World Cup has been mental at Paxi. Lots of upsets. It feels like it's got to be one of the most interesting World Cups, yeah. Can't ping the minimap. I saw somebody go in there, but they just didn't get it, I guess. It's 2-2 now? Oh my god, bro. I'm missing a great game yet again. I miss all the good games. Sit home and watch the US get fucking hammered and then miss all the good games. Oh, it's not even close to being over yet either. Lionel Messi scored in the 83rd minute. I hear some people shout here in the building. Yeah, and others, no. That could be about anything. Norway is my dark horse. Yeah, that team's getting a lot of publicity. It feels like to me that there's a reason for that, and I just didn't know about it, you know what I mean? They have that, like, legitimately giant dude. He's like 6'7" or something, isn't he? Really tall for soccer, I think.
Poking your nose where it doesn't belong. Come face me,
I
snake.
don't know if there's a gate that goes up. Holland, yeah. Well, Holland, that's a whole different country, isn't it? I'm rooting for Spain, but Norway could shock everyone. Oh, really? Why? Because they could just withdraw? Could you imagine? That would fucking... Wow. People would go nuts. We're forfeiting the rest of our matches. Holland is a monster. UK has Kane, who's quite crazy this year, too. Yeah, he's like carrying England, right? I don't want the UK to win. We'll never hear the end of it. Oh, wow. That would be good. You would want them to win, because then you would never hear the end of it. You already don't hear the end of it, and they don't win. Opinion on Trump calling FIFA boss to get rid of a red card. It should never have been a red card in the first place, nor should it have been a suspension, so I don't really have any interest in talking about the politics side of it. That was the wrong call, and it's the wrong call to suspend somebody an extra game after that small of a penalty when it's a once every 4-year event. I could see if this was like regular season shit or something like that. But, yeah, no, absolutely not. There's no reason that he should have been suspended a second game after that little of an issue, so... Doesn't matter who called or how it got handled, it should never have happened in the first place, so I'm glad that that happened. But ultimately, it was irrelevant. He don't think he played terrible, it seems. I'm part Sephardi. What is that? Kane and Bellingham, quite good for England, I think. Nice. Kane is on like 70 or 75 goals overall this season, league included. Nice. Dude stepped on his ankle incidentally. No way. Well, yeah, I don't know anything about what is and isn't a red card, you know, to be honest. Like, I don't know that, but let's assume it is a red card and that's normal. I don't care if it is or isn't, to be honest. There's absolutely no reason that that should also mean he is missing a second game. It doesn't even make sense. Like, I don't know where they came up with that. I don't know whose idea that was in the first place, but yeah, that is simply not commensurate with any other sport I've ever watched. That level of infraction resulting in a 2-game infraction instead of a 1
Yes.
simply is not commensurate, so that needs to be changed. And like I said, it's whatever for regular season gameplay. What are we doing? Oh, we're the bouncer. Regular season gameplay is one thing where you can just get a new shot the next day or something like that, you know what I mean? But we're talking about potentially the last game for the next 4 years. That's just ridiculous. Like, that's absolutely not how it should play out. Especially like a star of the team. Like, that's just so silly. If that was intended, that's 100% a red card. But it's hard to judge what his intention is. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know anything about whether it's a red card or not. I don't really care about if it is or isn't. My biggest offense is the fact that they try to make it a second game thing for some reason. Like, that should only... Oh, we have to actually kick him out of the room. I forgot. I thought we just had to kick him once. That should only happen in a situation where somebody does something that's totally not related to the sport. Like if the guy got punched in the... Or the guy punched somebody in the face or something like that. You know what I mean? Something totally against the sport. Then, yeah, we do that. Then he should be suspended, maybe even for the rest of the tournament. I don't know, but for literally just accidentally, or maybe even not, it doesn't even matter. Like their feet can collide. That's not abnormal. It feels like he didn't do anything wrong. Just like the equivalent of like a hard foul going up for something, you know. If it's hard to judge, it shouldn't have been a red card. Yeah, I suppose that's true. It is a disciplinary measure, and no, it doesn't need changing. It absolutely does. There's no way that that's commensurate. Like, it's just simply not commensurate with any other sport. And like I said, the biggest reason it's a problem is because it's in the World Cup once every 4 years. That's super unfair. Something that low of like aggression should not result in 2 games suspension instead of 1. Yeah, I mean, again, I don't know if he was going for the ball. I don't know that how it matters or why. Like, what's the... Like, a F2 is, like, clearly not going for the ball, right, in basketball. So if that's the same in soccer, then, yeah, I guess I would say it's not a red card. But it doesn't even matter, dude. When you get an F2, you don't miss a second game. That's so fucking stupid. Like, that one play might decide the whole tournament. You know what I mean? That's ridiculous. It's totally not commensurate to the penalty. 3-2 Argentina. Oh man, they just won the game in the last second of the game, and I missed it. Standing here doing wild PTR keys. That's crazy. The rules are the rules. They have been forever. They need to change the rules. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the wrong rule. Rules change all the time in every sport. You know, it's not the end of the world. It's not about bad for the game. It's just it's the wrong rule. The rule's wrong. It doesn't make any sense for him to be suspended a second game. He didn't do anything worthy of suspension a second game. And that's totally fine. Like, if you do something that's within the confines of the sport, you should be ejected. But, you know, it's super aggressive. You should be ejected for that game, and then that's fine. Like, you're going to do it again, then you start acquiring extra penalties. That's how it works in basketball, right? Like, if you get too many flagrant fouls, you eventually get a game suspension. Not your first one, though, certainly. That's, I mean, I don't know how anybody could defend that. It doesn't even make sense. if the guy did something that's like not within the normal confines of the sport, like he punched somebody or, you know, there was some like ridiculous physical altercation, then yeah, totally. But from what I could tell, it's literally just, that can happen in soccer. He did it maybe on purpose, but still, it doesn't, like, it happens. It's not like he took, like, you know, literally hit the guy in the face or something. He did a soccer move and maybe it was too aggressive. That can happen in basketball too, and you get one game, you're ejected for that one game, and that's all it is. That's the end of what it should be. So, like I said, there's no, it doesn't matter who called who, doesn't matter at all. That rule is not right, and that needs to be changed, and I'm glad that that didn't happen. But, again, it's totally irrelevant because the guy played like shit, the team played like shit, we got our ass kicked, so. All the drama for nothing. Is that the real wall pin? I don't know. PTR, so probably.
Strike them down. If they fall, I'll have your head.
I don't know, is that, who is that? Top player or something? I don't know who that is. But yeah, like I said, probably. I mean, there's not a lot of people on the PTR as it is, so. Oh, now there's 7 minutes of stoppage time? The other thing that's so fucking crazy to me is that the sport, like, the clock never stops. I see no reason that that is the case. That is the weirdest part of the sport. And then the refs just, like, seem to, like, arbitrarily determine when they want the game to end. Like, I don't remember what game I was watching. I think it was the afternoon game yesterday. But it was, like, 3+ minutes after the original stoppage time. And they're, like, the other team just keeps asking the ref, and the ref's like, nope, not yet. It's like, wait, what? How do you not have, like, a down to the second know when the game is going to end? That's so fucking weird. It'd be too long if it did. Why? It's already long. It's the same length, right? They try to simulate that by just not, like, with the stoppage time or whatever, you know? Watch the fouls that happen in the Premier League, Series A, or even Bundesliga, and you might understand why the rule is what the rule is. Again, it doesn't really matter. Those are regular season things. Do they happen every 4 years? That's what we're talking about here. You have no chance of coming back from that. Your tournament's likely over if you get a red card with that rule. It's ridiculous. I don't know anything about any other sport leagues or any other leagues in that sport, but it doesn't really matter. The penalty is wrong, and it needs to be addressed in the World Cup one way or the other. So I'm glad it was. And hopefully it will lead them to addressing it on their own without having to be told about it, because it's absolutely ridiculous that they even need to be told about it. The refs add time when they deem a stoppage of play. Yeah, no, I know. That's what, they should just stop the clock. Like, I don't know why the clock needs to continue when the play's not happening. It's weird. Very, very strange, to be honest. Like, I don't think there's another sport like that where even when nobody's currently playing, the clock doesn't stop. If players waste time, even in extra time, the ref can extend it. Yeah, that's what I mean. That seems so silly. I can't believe that's like allowed. Like, I mean, it's really strange. It gives the ref just like absolute power over the game. Because if you don't know exactly when the game's gonna end, how do you know when like you have to execute certain things? You know what I mean? Like, imagine if it was like that in basketball. How do you play basketball without knowing exactly when the game and the periods are gonna end and stuff? Like, a lot of times you hold the ball for the last shot and try to run a play with like 7 seconds left to try to maximize the fact that you have the ball at the last second. But then like the ref might just be like, no, they get another possession. Like, wait, what are you talking about, bro? That's so ridiculous. Like, how is that the sport? That's so ridiculous. Yeah, clock stoppage. That's like, I don't know how anybody could argue. Like, outside of people like, well, it's always been that way, bro. It's like, okay, it's wrong. It needs to change. Just because 100 years ago they came up with these dumbass rules that don't make any sense now, doesn't mean that it doesn't need to be changed. Sports rules change all the time. The clock stoppage one sounds like that would be extreme. But yeah, that one is just the weirdest one out of all of them, it feels like. I don't necessarily expect it to change because it's something that's really unique about the sport, but at the end of the day, it's so unique that it seems like it should change. Yeah, I mean, as like a coach and like a competitive like player or something like that, like somebody who's involved in the sports, basketball wouldn't even exist if it wasn't for, if the clock worked that way, basketball wouldn't even exist. It would be such a stupid sport if there was no like definitive time when the clock stops and starts and the periods end and don't and start, you know? They need to change because every other sport on the planet other than that one sport does it better, and they should learn from that because it's a bad product because of it. That's what we're saying here. I can tell you're like, football is the only sport that matters kind of guy, and I don't, you know, whatever. I don't blame you, especially if you live in like England or somewhere. But the sport's got it wrong, and I don't know why anybody's arguing. Like, it's really, it's not a big deal. Just change the fucking rules. Like, every major sport goes through rules changes. The thing is, there's no clock stoppage. Team has completely abused master time wasting by faking injuries. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I don't know how that's allowed. It's really weird. And then the other thing I saw yesterday as well, the team that knocked it out of bounds kicked the ball further out of bounds, so the other team couldn't get the ball fast enough to bring it in quickly. And again, nobody says a word. It's like, yeah, no, that's just fine. We just let them do that. Like, what are you talking about, bro? That's got to be a delay of game penalty or something. Like, if the ball's allowed to be played the second it goes out of bounds by the opposing team, then it should be allowed. Then it should not be allowed to kick it further out of bounds to stop that. I don't know. Like, I really don't know who came up with these rules. It's like they didn't even think through the rules. Or they, like, made them, like, 100 years ago before people started getting, like, gamey about the sport. And then just, like, now you just have these, like, weird, ardent defenders. They're like, no, it can't possibly change. Not allowed. When, like, people are, like, clearly gaming the rules like crazy and like, kind of devaluing the competitive elements of the sport. And another thing I saw that I thought was crazy and it really confuses me. It was in the U.S. game. The U.S. player, like, went to, like, do, like, a crossover type move in soccer, whatever you call that. And the defense literally grabbed him, whole arm around him. Did that just aggro? Whole arm around his torso and grabbed his shirt on the other side of the body. And they didn't call any type of penalty whatsoever. So the guy's, you know, he's trying to use his momentum to misdirect and then, like, capitalize on that. And the other team physically stopped him with his arm and hand. And that's allowed, apparently. It's like, wait, where did you guys come up with these rules? Like, how is that not... If you can't touch the ball, you certainly shouldn't be able to touch the defender or the offender to stop him. Like, that's fucking insane, dude. If you did that in basketball, that might be a flagrant one. Was that on Ronaldo? Yeah, I was one of the games the other day. I don't remember where I saw it, but, like, they literally, like, full arm around his torso to stop him from moving. And it's just, yep, we're good. Play on. It's like, wait, what? Okay, so, oh, that's on the aggregate. Is that enough, though? That's the question. We need 3%. I agree with your points mostly, but it's not going to hurt the popularity of the sport at all. Oh, I don't care about the popularity. It's just about, like, being as truly competitive as it can be, you know what I mean? You don't want that stuff, like, that's not good for anybody. Like, you don't want these theatrics in the sport. Like, these kind of things that are, like, gaming the rules of the sport. These are not good for anybody. Then it becomes less about who's the most skilled player, and it turns into, like, who's the one who could game the rules the most. If you grab this short, it's normally... Oh, okay. So it's supposed to be a rule. They just don't give a fuck about it or something? I think we should make soccer like hockey. Oh, yeah, actually, I would like to see more fights, to be honest. I'm surprised that there's sports that allow fighting, and then there's... well, I guess I'm surprised that there's one sport that allows fighting, and everything else is, like, absolutely no fighting. Yeah, Argentina won. That's crazy. Ref couldn't see it probably. Oh, okay. And you're not allowed to, like, review stuff like that in that sport, I guess.
I'll give them the fell they desire.
I haven't seen it in the World Cup yet, but we have seen it in Eastern Plague Lands and La Liga.
You would deprive the city of
I agree. That's why growing up, I always liked basketball more. I grew up in the Middle East before I moved here, and I was the odd one out. Everyone loved football. Yeah, it's just like, I'm sure football's fun to play. But it seems to me like the basketball rule set is like the one that almost every sport that is like basketball should adopt. Like it, and they're quite iterative with them as well. Like they've managed to figure out how to make them better over the years. I also think backcourt should be a thing in soccer, but that one again is probably super controversial. But it seems really weird that you can just kick the ball backwards. That's like, I don't really feel like that's another one that you can just do a ton of time wasting. It's also very accessible for kids. Literally just put 2 rocks apart and that's the goal. Oh really? You don't even need like the top end of the goal? It's certainly probably easier to like make a fake soccer court than it is to make a fake basketball court. Ruby Life Pools, King's Rest, and Temple are testable now. Oh. Early, huh? Alright. Well, we'll switch to that, I guess, then. That just happened while we were in the middle of the key, I guess. In the neighborhoods, we just put 2 rocks on each side. That's kind of interesting. So as long as it goes over those rocks, it's a goal or something. The thing that bothers me about most modern football with VAR is the offsides. If a pluck of hair and a knee stick out, they call it offline. Oh yeah, well that rule, okay. That's the rule that makes the least sense to me from any sport. Like I really don't understand why it's somehow the offense's penalty to not, like for the defense to intentionally not be near their goal. I could kind of see it, like, you know, like we talked about this with like cherry picking in basketball, where like the entire gameplay is happening at the other side, and then there's just one guy intentionally like sitting back to try to become a target for a pass later. I could see that being a penalty. That's honestly should be a penalty in basketball too, I agree. But when it's literally like all the action is on that correct side of the sport, and then the defense just like moves up a half a yard to try to trick the offense into getting an offside, that should absolutely not be a penalty. It's like it's the defender's job to protect their goal. why would we encourage them to not do that just so they can like draw a penalty? That's ridiculous. Another one of those things that's like, man, who came up with these rules? I really don't know who came up with these rules. They don't make any sense. Like if all 22, or I guess it'd be 21 players are right next to the goal trying to stop half the team from scoring, half the field from scoring, then no matter what's happening there should not be offsides. Everybody should be blocking that goal. Like that should be part of the rules. Alright, so that route is still a work in progress, but I guess that means we're done with this set of dungeons, huh? That's kind of unfortunate. I wanted to do Den of Nalarak again. I'm convinced that the only reason football is bigger than ice hockey is that football is more accessible than hockey. You mean like soccer football? I think like soccer is probably like one of the easiest games to get into, and especially with like most like, I don't want to sound like an idiot here. A lot of countries not having good sports infrastructure. Let's put it that way, huh? I don't know how else to put it. But like, yeah. Like, in order to play golf, you need a golf course. You know what I mean? So you're not going to play golf in the middle of the fucking desert or something like that. Like, so yeah, but you can play soccer anywhere. You don't even need, doesn't even need to be like paved or grass. You can play it in anywhere. Okay, so what's going on with the key now? It's still Den of Nalarak. Are all the dungeons testable? Nope, they're still... Okay, well let's do Den of Nalarak before I have to look into what that means. But that's the dungeon and we haven't done a lot. I understand offside is needed for the game, or else you just see attacking player. Well, that's what I said. So if you do that, that's a penalty. And that should be a penalty in basketball too. That's one thing that nobody ever does. But I think if they did it enough, then basketball's rules would change to stop that. I totally agree that there should not be, cherry picking should not be allowed. I think the problem in basketball though is it's like not actually like uniformly a good idea. Like if I'm all the way down the other end, then it's 4-on-5 the other end. And that's like not, you know what I mean? That could be way worse. But in soccer, it's like pretty easy. Like, I don't think you need, like, they don't play man defense in soccer, right? So it's, like, pretty easy to just have, like, even if you only had, like, 7 defenders, sometimes that's enough. Whereas that would never be the case in basketball. If you had 10-on-7, 10 people would score every single time. Yeah, besides that, like, if everybody is all in the one side of the court equivalent, it's not. That should not. The offsides should not partake there. Simple rule fix for soccer. Offsides as if the ball's in the box. No offsides. Yep. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Like, yeah, absolutely. There's no reason that a pass inside, like, the scoring area, right? Like, that's absolutely not how the rules should work. It's the defense's job to guard that part of the game. You know what I mean? Like, they should be there stopping them. So if they're intentionally not there to try to trick the offense into falling into a trap and a turnover, a penalty, then like that's really bad game design. Like that should not be how it's designed. Now you're like encouraging like anti-competitive elements. Spirit of offsides in soccer and hockey was to stop cherry picking. Yeah, exactly. That's yep. All right. If that's if that's the case, then that's great. We should stop cherry picking for sure. But it should not be down to like a millimeter or whatever. Like it seems like they literally draw it like to an inch. Like if you're even an inch behind the defense, that's not allowed. Greetings from Poland. What's up? Welcome. So where did you get this info that it says they're testable? July 7th to the 13th now. Huh. So they just like changed the dates things are available. But they're not here. Maybe I would have to like log out for it to work. That's why they look away. They took away the 2-line pass rule in hockey. It used to be an illegal pass to pass more than 2 lines ahead. That was to prevent cherry picking, but it killed the offense. Oh yeah. It's unfortunate. It's like it's kind of crazy because like I think like every sport cherry picking is a problem. But it seems like it's only basketball where it's like actually really bad for both teams. Like it's a gamble. You don't do it. Like you know what I mean? It's a gamble. If I'm on the other side, then it's 5v4, and that's like really easy to score on. So it's actually a big gamble. The line should be drawn at their feet, not body. Well, yeah, that's what you said that started this, but like I'd take it even one step further. There shouldn't be a line in some situations. We could have one if Scott Sterling. What is this Scott Sterling bit? I keep hearing this guy's name. Is this a real thing or what is this? It's a comedy bit. He plays goalie and he keeps getting nailed in the face. Even when he tries everything in his power to avoid it. Yikes. He has a volleyball too. Oh yeah. Maybe nobody wants to heal these now if the other ones are out. See, they're still there on the thing. Let's get a new key and see if it's a different dungeon. Nope, still Blinding Veil. How was the light dungeon? Not too bad actually. It seemed like the easiest. Well, I don't know. They're all. I'm learning them all, but the easiest one right now, I guess, is Murder Row. But they're all fine. Nothing wrong with any of them. This boss, the first boss of this dungeon, I think is bad. But outside of that, it's fine. How is Ruby Life Pools? That's not testable, at least to me, as of right now, so I don't know. It looks like we'll be testing it soon, though. Light Dungeon is only problematic if you have a monk. I'll knock it off. It's fine, not a problem at all. That dungeon's not hard. I think a lot of people just didn't know the mechanics of the bosses when they first did it, and that is what made it look hard. I'm definitely learning, which is all that can be asked on the PTR. Yeah, no problem. Hopefully we can do this key too. But we're dropping like flies for some reason. Don't know where they're going. Let's take a look at it. Like, do other people have other keys listed or something? Nope, it's still these old dungeons, so I don't know if there's just nobody doing keys right now. We can read about this while we wait. Ruby Life Post has seen adjustments throughout the dungeon to address spawning, pacing clarity, and tuning concerns. Slowed down ability pacing on all boss encounters, changed creature pack composition, and adjusted ability packages to simplify the pacing and mechanical asks of each pull. Reduced trash density in some sections of the dungeon. Changed the patrols of the Thunderhead and Flame Gullet to occur on the ground. That's going to be crazy. Reworked abilities like Flash Frost, Earth Shaper's Tectonic Slam to reduce cast bar clutter and bursty group damage. Bunch of changes to the bosses as well. Temple of Cetralis was adjusted to address pain points and concerns from its previous iteration. These are some of the key changes. Reworked the gauntlet sequence prior to the final boss to remove the need for a player to be in timeout while energizing an orb. Redesigned ability packages and trash pack spawning composition throughout the dungeon to improve readability, consistency, and counterplay opportunities. Poisoned cheap shot can now be interrupted. That's a good one. Adjusted their shield to swap the health threshold and provide damage resistance rather than inflict damage to the attacker. Yeah, we read that. Merektha reworked ability package to improve mechanical clarity and engagement. What does that even it doesn't even mean anything. Changed Burrow so that Merektha now reemerges immediately after the defeat of her ads. That's a good one. Removed Galvanized vulnerability debuff and reworked / retuned some mechanics to support its removal. And improved consistency of Lightning Spire spacing and behavior. Cetralis and King's Rest will be pain points for me. I never really ran them as much in BFA. Oh, for real? Yeah, that'll be tough then. Completely redesigned to encourage more group participation in the healing of the avatar Sethralis. That will be the most... This dungeon will be the most interesting one to see what they changed. Okay, King's Rest. Updated most creatures' abilities package across the dungeon. Improved the pacing of some RP sequences. Reduced the downtime between enemy packs after the Golden Serpent. Shadow of Zul can now move while casting Shadow Barrage. Dark Revelation has been updated to only inflict damage to players within 20 yards. And Pool of Darkness damage reduced by 30%, and each pulse now increases players' damage taken from the spell by 20%. Yeah, lever debuff, yeah. It's not uncommon because if you DC because of add-ons or something like that, you'll get it. Oh, the encounter has been redesigned with new abilities and pacing. That's interesting. This one was crazy. This fight used to be so hard to survive. Without it fixes, I don't think the BFA dungeons are going to be that much of a problem. Well, obviously they're going to redesign stuff, yeah. That first boss would truck people with that gold ability. Yeah, it was like really, really hard to survive. I remember that. I think there was ways to prevent it from doing anything, and that was how you survived a lot of times. Oh, that guy's not even ready. Oh well.
This must be the firelight as you spoke of. Sit, and we will start a ritual. But be ready.
Okay, so we need to stop this. I guess this like first one can get broken or something by this hawk or bird or something. We need to not fail here. That's it. Like, did we get it? Yeah. Okay. So now we got it. That would be like devastating to start the dungeon like that, honestly. I think now at this point we want to go left though. I like that these things have their own built-in like lights though. That's kind of cool. Is that something that Weak Wars used to do? Seems overboard to less that. I don't know, I guess not really though, because like all of these mobs don't even help us get anything. We're just like fighting enemies that don't help us accomplish a goal here. doesn't seem like this is gonna work either. These two mobs together are like ridiculously hard, I guess. I don't like this dungeon at all. I really want to like it, to be honest, but I just don't like it. There's too many weird things going on in it. Too many weird mobs and boss mechanics and stuff. Like this concept of going to a specific spot and clicking it 6 times worked well enough in Brackenhide Hollow when the mob types were all equal. And they were all like spread out enough that you could make good route choices. But this is literally just like, which mobs are we gonna not pull? Yeah, I don't know. It's a, that's why I want to like it, because it's got a very cool aesthetic to it, and it's got like a really, yeah, it's like the best of the troll world, but plus like the best of the, you know, god like nature stuff that we like. But in terms of dungeon mechanics, it's terrible. What's that? Can't do that.
In their winter, there were those like the Horde Manga, whose greed burdened others.
What are you talking about?
Their money hashe.
The
Use
fuck?
their most
How close do you have to
trusted
be?
warriors
What's
to
happening?
eliminate them.
I just can't click this one. I guess nobody can? I don't know what that was about. This should be a great fight. This area should be cool, but it's just designed in a bad way for Mythic Plus. You don't have thumbs in bear, I don't know. Was that what's that? Missing trespasser. Where to get high item level weapons on the PTR? I don't know. Nowhere. Mythic Plus, I guess. Why? What are you trying to do? Oh, the weirdest part to me was when I went on my bear. You can't interact with the bushes and stuff because you don't have opposable thumbs over there. They don't even click the bushes or other interactables in this dungeon as bear form. Oh, okay. But you can as cat form? This part I fucking hate. I guess I'm just gonna stand still in the middle and wait for him to come back. Because I literally don't make it to him by the time he comes back. Honestly, this boss seems like the boss is just attacking the environment instead of the players. Oh yeah. Interesting way to put it. I think now we want to go left. Man, I have not been having much luck finding keys on the PTR. Oh no. Oh, you're welcome to come with us. I'm gonna do one more after this. Then I'm probably gonna end up leaving after that. So we'll see where we're at, but oh, I see. The mobs are yellow. Were they not before? That's where they all aggro. When are you going to release / record the end of season spam review at the end of the season? It'll always be the last video of the seasonal window, so not anytime soon. No wind elemental here? No, I guess that's the one mob they got rid of, right? I don't know what that is, but I know they got rid of a mini boss. They moved it to the ice bridge. Oh, really?
Seasons in Deloa's mine are changing. All you can do is take shelter from
Oh,
them.
that's an interesting noise. I love the music though. What are your early impressions in terms of difficulty? I have no way to talk about that really because everything's scaled and stuff, you know. I had the same issues on the beta that I have now, like, and the season was very easy, you know. So who knows? But I do expect it to be a harder season just because Blizzard has acknowledged some of the things that aren't working well, especially around DPS lacking and still getting carried. It does, I will say that it does seem like very hard to upgrade keys. Like, we've got a lot of keys that were relatively clean that aren't upgrades, even on a 12. If we needed more count, we should definitely be getting these mobs. I don't know that we do though. I doubt we do. Huh? How the fuck does shit keep getting aggro, man? That's from what's up. Sorry I've been asked a bunch, but what dungeon do you think is gonna be the Pug Breaker? We haven't even tested them all yet, so I don't know, none. Apparently. We'll see. That mob doesn't even do anything, it just auto attacks, huh? Or it just sits there. Stop pinging shit, that's not a problem. Stop aggroing this shit, we're not fighting it.
The winter do not care who you are. Asher, elder, child beggar, it is done.
Does everybody need to click that for it to spawn? I don't know, it just takes a while. I love the ice physics here. Oh, good. I think most people probably will not love him. Oh, I wasn't standing on the puddle. I didn't even kill people? That's crazy. We'll go to this one first and then leave it. Provided it dies quick. Wait, that one's in like a non-viable spot or something? Yeah, that one's in a non-viable spot, alright. Well, that's fun. It actually works just barely, but... You can see them nerfing how many bear ghosts stick around. Last boss in place ramps up goddamn quick. Yeah, that fight doesn't... I don't understand that fight at all. That's tight with low DPS. That's for sure. Well, yeah, we have an Og, so we basically lost like more like a DPS and a half.
You have proved your strength and endurance. But what about your loyalty? Come back to the fire. Your last trial awaits you.
I love this music. Oh wow, you can't do that. Okay. That's interesting. Because this pack really sucks. It's some really strange mob placements in this season. Looks like we're way at least one pack over count. I didn't notice when we lost count, but at least this pack over count. Don't battle. I really don't understand why people battle res people right before the last boss. Well, in fact, this mini boss probably gives count too, no? So we're way over count. Yeah, I guess going around that left side of that first area probably gives more count too on top of everything. Feels like that pack of 4 is gonna be, yeah, that pack below us that needs to be removed. That's why I thought you were gonna be able to run around down by the water.
No will not fight me without you. Hold. Before you face the law, you must face and kill.
Leadership requires sacrifice.
Is the tier step bonus in PTR yet? Not according to the last build at least, but don't know. Still Crimson Scourge. Others have like no health or something.
Well done, Amaneko. You have passed the trial. Take the burden of Nalarak.
Single target mini boss, the Bane of Mythic Plus. Yep.
But the death of those loyal to me.
God, this is maybe worse. The RP.
My burden.
It's like 30 seconds plus of RP here.
Is Hashe.
Don't understand. Are we supposed to stand in that or no? I have no idea.
Disappointing, Hashira. Not escape the claws of the war god. Your weakness shames your clan.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Cannot escape
Oh,
the
the
claws
scream.
of the war god.
What
I guess
a
it's the scream.
disappointment you are.
Get behind me!
You are not my equal. Back to the dream of winter.
Yeah, waste some battle res. Doesn't matter at the end of the day on the PTR, but
The last trial is at hand. Ready to test your strength and face my claws.
you were the only one who used home, up, and down keypad. Huh? I don't know what that means, sorry.
Cannot escape the claws of the war god. Disappointing, Ashura.
Where's the healer? What the hell just happened? DC'd? Wait, are the servers down, maybe? The server's shut down. Oh, what the fuck? All right, well, I guess we're done. That's funny. A 5-second server shutdown notice. All right, well, that's a good place to end it for today then, I guess. Totally missed that. All right, well, I guess that's it. Yeah, nothing else we can do. So, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. We'll be back tomorrow with more. It sounds like next time we get to stream, we will be doing the other dungeons. So that's Sethralis, King's Rest, and Robot Love Pools. So that'll be tomorrow. And then, yeah, well, I guess Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then maybe next week we'll do live keys again on Tuesday or something. I don't know. We're getting like kind of a weird. This didn't play out the way I expected it to, so definitely need more looks at Den of Dalaran. But all right, I guess that's it. I don't know. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow.